Alright guys, this is Woody here over at USA Made Blade. We're here today to talk to you about the ZT0620 carbon fiber, and threw a patch in here just to throw our name out a little bit. But let's talk to you about the knife itself. Just going to do a little overview of it and then give you guys a bunch of comparison pics with the rest of the ZT lineup. We're going to try and be quick with this. So anyway, obviously carbon fiber scales, Tanto style blade, and this is not chisel ground, it's ground on both sides. The Emerson Wave, all things that if anybody loves knives is going to know about this knife. Titanium frame lock, knife opens very smooth. This knife does not have the KVT technology, it's just running on washers, but opens just as smooth as can be, waves in and out of the pocket very easily, no problems there. Lock up on it's great. I'm sure if you've done any research on it, you know about the lock bar inserts. So lots of great things to talk about with this knife. It's definitely one of my favorite that I've put in my pocket in a long time. So very stoked to have one myself and to be able to offer them to you guys. One thing that I've noticed when I've been looking around for pictures and things like that is that it's hard to find many pictures, especially comparing this knife to other zero tolerance knives. I've seen a lot of people comparing them to other Emersons and a few other knives. So I thought we'd go through a quick bunch of knives here. But before we do that, one thing that's been missing from a lot of pictures, show you guys the spine, the thickness of the blade. If we can get zoomed in a little bit here, try and show a little bit of the tip. Might help to throw something underneath there for color contrast. I've heard some disappointment about the thinness of the tip. I personally haven't seen a problem with it. Tip seems to be holding up just fine. I haven't gotten to use this a ton as these just came in last night, but tip seems good. So let's just run through the ZT lineup here real quick. Kind of a size comparison. This is the ZT770. You know, obviously bigger, spine a little wider. Definitely a beefier, heavier knife. We'll kind of do the same look on all of them. We're going to drop them a few times. Then we're going to jump over to the ZT566 carbon fiber. Definitely a little bit bigger, just like the 770. It's also thicker. Not by a lot, but different style, different look to it. The original 350, still, as you guys have probably heard me say before, one of the best knives you can get for the budget dollar. Bang for your buck, I guess you can say. Still a little bit wider, a little bit thicker than the 350, but not by much, but obviously a little bit longer. So that's the 350. 550 here. Got to do a plug for our custom scales made by 63 Blade Works. This is his Kieranite Patriot scale, which we have this offered for sale with the knife and scale all together. These are probably the two most comparable as far as size, length, blade length, everything else. And even down to thickness, I would say the 550 is probably a little bit thicker in the pocket. And the 620 CF has maybe a slightly longer blade, but about the same. If you put them pivot to pivot, they're really as close as you can get to the same size. Jump on over here to the 801. Still about the same size, but the 801 obviously has a more slender profile. Outside of that, both great quality knives. Just depends upon what you're looking for and what you like. And then we're going to move to the Beast, the 03. This is my personal 300 Blackwash. Both beast of knives. Probably the biggest thing that I've loved that ZT did with the 620, which they haven't come out with, except on the 300 series, is using that hex bolt, so you can adjust your pivot a lot easier. You don't need any kind of special tool. 300's just a little bit thicker. Obviously a good bit heavier. This is about 8 ounces, I believe, and this one's about 6.4, somewhere in that range. So, but little thinner. This is obviously wider. And then lastly, we're going to go with the 560, which is the longest. Kind of did these in order of length. And this is the 560 Blackwash. Yeah, just longer knife. Still both very good knives, very well made. But just give them this for size comparison. About the same thickness, to be honest. There's not a lot of difference between them. And the thickness there, blade length, the 560 is definitely going to take it, but not by much. But handle length, the 560 is a good bit longer. So that's about it. Just wanted to kind of run through the ZT knives there real quick. Give you a quick overview on this knife. We've been very pleased with it. I've gotten to use it some. It's going to get worked hard this next week, and we'll report back on those results. But hope you guys will pick one up. We still got a good number of them in stock at usamadeblade.com, and hope you guys will keep following us on Instagram, Facebook, and on YouTube and Twitter. And that's about it. Well, until next time, thank you.